Hello, this is Pastor Steve West, and you've joined me for my midweek devotional. Today is Veterans Day in the year 2020, and it's a day that we honor and appreciate women and men who have served in our armed forces. And I thought that would be an appropriate thing to speak to you for a few moments about today. Psalm 91 has meant so much to me and countless generations of people who follow Christ and follow God. And it sings in this way: He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge, my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. I think it's interesting that as much of a peacemaker as Jesus clearly was, there are so many images in the scripture of shelters, shadows, refuges, fortresses. These images of those who dwell in the shadow of God finding a place of shelter, a place of trust. I believe that there's a spirituality for those of our veterans who have served in holding on to that as they have had to hold on to that trust in a very special way. I encourage you to listen to the story of a veteran today. Over the years, I can remember some of the stories, and perhaps I'd usually ask the questions around Veterans Day. But stories I've heard from veterans in parishes I've served in the past. I remember the year I discovered that some of my Methodist friends in Birmingham are descendants of the guy who started the Veterans Day Parade. I mean, the very first Veterans Day Parade, and hearing stories about that. I remember a guy in a church that I was serving who he's one of that last generation. You got to there's not many of them left, but he was in World War II and joined in late in the war. But he told the story about driving the Jeep for a lieutenant through Dachau when they first liberated the concentration camp, and they were the first people to set eyes on what had happened in there. My mom had brought me a stone from one of her trips to Europe from Dachau to remember that horrific evil, but he had seen it with his own eyes, and to hear those stories are very important. Now, I don't glorify the military. I wish we didn't have to have such a big military, but there are many other occupations that keep this world together that are important too, just as important. Because we all have gifts to offer. But there are some injustices that are worth sacrificing for, and there are those that are trained and willing to do it, and we honor them today. So to both express my appreciation and also to get in the spirit of those who lay their lives on the line for others, which is a Christ-like act, I'd like to sing a little bit of Eagle's Wings, a song based on that psalm. And it goes like this: You who dwell in the shelter of the Lord, who abide in his shadow for life, say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock in whom I trust. And God will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of God's hand. Listen to a story, honor a veteran today, but most of all, get in touch with your trust in God. He holds you in the palm of his hand. You can find shelter in the shadow of his wings. In Jesus' holy name. Have a great week.